It is Sunday, June 19th in the MLB, and I'm Austin from Calling Our Shot.
And I'm Logan from Calling Our Shot.
And we are back with our three best picks of the day. We got one run line, one player prop, and one no run first inning coming your guys' way.
Guys, just do us a real quick favor, especially if you're new. Go down and hit that subscribe button. It really does help us grow this channel a lot. You know, waking up on the weekend kind of sucks early to make these videos, but we do it for you guys in the community because that's exactly what it's about. It's about the Calling Our Shot community.
I agree, Logan. We're going to get into a recap from yesterday. It was a 2-2 day, just losing a little bit of juice. Blue Jays money line, no comment. Bundy under 5.5 hits allowed. He easily pitched. He pitched a gem. 8 innings pitched for him. I actually got scared that he was pitching so well that they'd leave him in too long. Donovan over 1.5 bases. Oh, brother. You looked at the Cardinals yesterday. You could have picked literally anyone basically on their lineup to get 2+ bases. Donovan goes not 0 for 6, but he did have 6 plate appearances. Doesn't even get a single hit yesterday. But then, of course, our Royals and Athletics NRFI hits with ease. So we're going to get back into it. I'm feeling good about our plays today. As always, if you want to join our chalkboard, hit the first link in the description. We love talking to people in the chalkboard. We also post our plays a little bit early for those people as well. And we also post our plays earliest for our All-Stars. We got 2 new ones, VMAC and Deshaun, both joining back the All-Star crew. We appreciate you guys. Logan, I think we are due a winning today, and today we got a good play out of you. What do you got for the people?
We have a great play out of me, not a good play. We have a great play. I'm going to the Yankees versus Blue Jays game, and you know what, guys, not fading the Yankees. I'm taking the Yankees run line -1.5 versus the Blue Jays. Currently +110 odds on Barstool, as Austin's pulling up here. Standard value for a run line right in that +110 range. I'll go ahead and take a shot at the Yankees for plus money. Absolutely. If you want to fade me, we had some comments yesterday. No, Logan, fading this pick. Fine, go fade me. Go back. You say Kikuchi, right? I'm down for it. I'm down for any type of comments we get today. Yankees 7-1 in their last 8 versus Toronto. They've absolutely owned and dominated this team. Yankees are also on a 9-game winning streak. They've covered this in 6 out of those 9 wins. And today we just got a pitching mismatch, honestly. Kikuchi, 3.07 ERA versus the Yankees on the year so far. And you look at that and you're like, oh, okay, that's pretty solid, right? But numbers lie, right? Kikuchi, and pull out his last 3 starts, 4, 3, and 4 in runs. His season-long ERA is a 4.0 or 4.8 ERA. And those whips in those games are absolutely atrocious. Get ready for this. Kikuchi, 2.25 whip, 8.96 whip, and a 1.5 whip in those last 3 starts. You know what? A whip, walks, hits per inning pitched. It's kind of like a golf score, right? The lower the number, the better. Well, Kikuchi, no, he didn't get the message because he's walking and putting runners on base like it's going out of style. Really, he's one of those pitchers that I told Austin in private, like they should, if they weren't paying him so much money, they put him on reassignment just like Dallas Keuchel did for the White Sox. He has not pitched well this year. The Yankees, 6th best in walks drawn per game and hitting .302 on the road during the month of June. So they are swinging hot bats, and they're practicing a lot of plate discipline. Yesterday versus Alek Manoah, one of the best, top half the pitchers in the league, they drew a ton of walks on him, right? They just sat up there and they're like, you got to throw a strike. I'm not swinging at those like borderline zone pitches. Well, I'm here to tell you, Kikuchi, if he doesn't bring his best stuff today, he will have bases loaded several times, and the Yankees will be able to hopefully capitalize on that. Some of their hitters versus Kikuchi, LeMahieu, 412 versus Kikuchi. He wasn't even in the lineup yesterday and he still won, right? Gleyber Torres, 400 versus Kikuchi. And Joey Gallo, even Joey Gallo, 333 versus Kikuchi. That's not even to mention the Stanton, the Judge, and the others of those. They haven't hit him super well, but they will definitely be able to get on base today. That's a not-so-bold prediction. Now, on the other side, we got Luis Severino, 1-0 and 4 earned runs in each of his last 3 starts. His ERA, really solid, 2.8 ERA on the year, and versus Toronto, 2.79 ERA versus Toronto. So he's pitched well in the year, and he has pitched well versus the Blue Jays. Now, I want to talk about those Blue Jays because, yesterday they actually made me look like an absolute clown. I regretted everything. Right, everything. I regretted that pick. Not often do I sit up there and regret a pick immediately. That was one of those. I was just like, oof. But you know what? We're on the Yankees today. Toronto bats have gone cold during this losing streak, right? 2, 3, and 0 runs in those last 3 games. They put up the goose egg for me yesterday, and that was just icing on the cake. I was watching that game so, ticked off, right, because of the runners left in scoring position. Toronto, 3rd worst in runners left in scoring position per game. Wish I would have known that prior to picking them. There's nothing more infuriating than watching a team just strand some base runners that could have easily been runs, but they just were swinging breadsticks. Now, this is the ultimate, like, icing on the cake stat, right? Some of these hitters versus Severino are just atrocious, right? Springer, leadoff man, 2 for 26, and .077 versus Severino. That's terrible. Vladdy and Gurriel, 1 for 8, 125 versus Severino, and Teoscar Hernandez, 143, 1 for 7 versus Severino. A lot of those batting averages are really bad, guys. Look, I don't know where the offensive production is supposed to come from the Blue Jays today. It's probably not going to come in the first half of the game. And the Yankees bullpen, second in bullpen ERA, even though a lot of their arms are injured, it's just next man up for them. Like, I was really impressed with their bullpen, not, even collapsing yesterday. Toronto really just could not find any sort of answer. And Toronto's bullpen, 21st in bullpen ERA. They're not going to be able to rescue Kikuchi. He's going to be a drowning. He's going to be sinking today. We are all on the Bronx Bombers, Austin. I love the gear, and we're riding the Yankees. And would they possibly lose on that winning streak for us? Absolutely not. That's an easy.
They would never do that to us. And so I'm supporting you with my Yankees gear. It only feels right to segue into your pick into fading their arch rival, and that would be the Boston Red Sox. I'm taking their starter, Nick Pivetta, under 5.5 strikeouts today, -102 on FanDuel. So we see, lines are kind of all over the place. We have a couple different books, kind of that -102, -112. We do see sharper books have this at -131. So I expect the closing odds to be closer to that than it will be at this -102. Now, why do we like Pivetta this year? Let's talk about it. He's under this line in 8 of 13 starts so far this year. He's coming off a pretty good, he's been pitching pretty well as of late, but his last start, he did only throw 3 strikeouts in 8 innings pitched against the Athletics. A lot of pitch to contact in that game. That's what we're hoping for today. Now, here comes a new segment, Pivetta's percentiles. It's only something you'll see maybe once a week, but 61st K percentage, 23rd chase rate, and a 34th percentage whiff percentage. So, these numbers aren't great. They aren't bad. We're not looking at, the lower this number is for the percentile, normally the better for unders, but he's middle of the pack, but still that chase rate and whiff percentage are not really too high. And that's what I want, because I don't want guys swinging at, terrible pitches. And we're looking at the Cardinals today, they're going up against the third fewest strikeouts per game in the MLB, just 7.36 per game. We look at right-handed pitchers, they've been hitting them pretty well. 19 of the last 25 righties versus the Cardinals have stayed under 5.5 strikeouts. You look at the guys that have been going over. It's guys like Corbin Burns, guys like Hunter Green, those guys that are in the 90th percentile for strikeouts. We're looking at Pivetta only around the 60th. Now, the Cardinals, 4th best batting average versus righties this year. Like I said, a very good team against right-handed pitchers, and they're also a team that sees a lot of pitches per plate appearance. In fact, the 10th most in the MLB. So we just kind of want them to run up the pitch count. If they want to, hit some ground balls or who knows, get some base runners, I'm fine with that. Now, we have 2 guys we need to be concerned about, and primarily for the Cardinals, it's Corman and O'Neill. Those are the 2 guys I'm worried about, because both those guys have an over 30% K percentage. Like, striking out over 30% of the time, not very good. Now, those guys have been hit or miss this year, and I'm hopefully they can get on base, or at least, ground out or fly out, however they want to do it. Because we look at the rest of the lineup, we're looking at Edman, Donovan, Goldschmidt, Arenado, Bader. All these guys are at 20% or below in their K percentage. Even most of those guys, Edman, Donovan, and Arenado, all below 15%. So we like those 3 guys that are also going to do very well. Goldie's like 19% K percentage. But we look at the Cardinals. They did strike out 10 times yesterday. Now, they did have an astronomical 41 at-bats, which is a little higher than what you'd expect today. Now, 24.4% K percentage yesterday, and 3 of the Ks were Donovan. And we would know this because he was swinging at nothing yesterday, because we had his bases prop. I don't see him striking out 3 times again today. So I don't think Pivetta's going to get some easy strikeouts versus the top half of the order. He's going to have to rely on Gorman and O'Neill to get those strikeouts up. I did want to give you the useless stat of the day, USOTD. Pivetta under 5.5 Ks in both Sunday starts this year. He actually has landed at 5 on the dot. So I really like him under today. I like his under 5.5 strikeouts. I don't see this line moving. I think it should stay at 5.5 all day. Just the juice might move. But -102, almost getting just even value on this. I'm perfectly okay with that. Now, I did want to bring up 2 leans for you guys. Merrill Kelly under 5.5 Ks, -140 on PointsBet. This is a line that's probably going to change, so I probably wouldn't take it at 4.5, but I do like the 5.5 under. I do think the Twins can get to him today. Now, the Twins might lose outright, or at least not cover, but I do think that Merrill Kelly doesn't have a greatest day strikeout-wise. Then I know a guy that Logan loves, Jeff McNeil of the Mets, over 0.5 singles. It's -115 on DraftKings going against Sandy of the Marlins. I think you can get that done. But as always, my only player prop for today will be Pivetta under 5.5 Ks, and that's what we're rolling with. But Logan, you know what time it is, baby. It's Nerfy Nation time. That's what everyone comes to the channel for. People are a little confused. We wave the flags because the Nerfy Nation flag is for the COS All-Stars. And we want some COS. We want All-Stars out there. We want you to drop the blue flag in the chat. But today, we're going with one in the Angels and the Mariners. We're taking the no run first inning minus 104 on Barstool Sportsbook. Now, we see kind of differing values over here, minus 104. Sharper Bucks actually have this at minus 110. So we're getting pretty decent value on here over at Barstool. FanDuel is probably your next best value at minus 113. Now, why do we like this one? Well, say Logan's going to have a little bit of trouble doing his analysis, but I got Logan Gilbert, and he's been super good on the mound so far for the Mariners. He's 11-2 on no run first innings. He's been awesome. We've picked him before, and he's cashed for us. Now, he's going up against the Angels. They are 6th in first inning runs, but they haven't scored, knock on wood, a run in the first inning in 11 straight games. So we know they have talented hitters with Trout, Ohtani, you name it, but we still think Logan Gilbert, one of the best pitchers. He's at home, has a sub 2.2 ERA. He's been awesome this year. So I think Logan Gilbert can get us the first 3 outs. What about the next guy, Logan?
I love Logan Gilbert. Great for first name. He will definitely get us those first 3 outs. On the other side, we've got Rosenberg, right? And I'm gonna try to convince you that he can get us those 3 outs. But he's coming in with a 7.5 ERA in no starts this year. He's like a rotational guy, right? His 2 games pitched have been against the Yankees and the Astros, 2 very good offensive lineups. Versus the Yankees, he started the game strong, right? The wheels fell off later because as a rotational guy, he can start strong, but eventually the wheels do fall off. I think he can definitely get us those 3 outs we need because Seattle 13th in first inning runs, but I know that's a little bit better than middle of the pack, but 29th in batting average versus lefties. Rosenberg is a lefty. If the Angels were to put out just some bum that they thought would get boat raced, the lines wouldn't be what they were at, right? Over under 7.5. I think the Angels think Rosenberg can give him a chance in this game, at least early, right? They're not going to ask him to go 5-6 innings pitched, right? That's just not what they're doing. They assign this task to Rosenberg to say, take it inning by inning, right? And that's all we need. We don't need him to pitch well late in the game. We just need 3 outs. Think he can definitely do it. And I think we can wave the flags again. Let's build a little bit of a NRFI streak. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, we've been building a pretty good NRFI streak. Hopefully we can bounce back again today. But those are, well, not bounce back. We waved the flags yesterday. So hopefully we can keep waving the flags in chat. We appreciate you guys always. Have a great Sunday, end of the weekend. We'll catch you guys again, same time, Monday morning. Those are our 3 picks of the day. You see them at the bottom of the screen. We appreciate you guys always for watching. It's been Austin. It's been Logan. And we will catch you guys again.